time is running out for President Joe Biden to make a decision on the ongoing pause on federal student loans.
Yeah, that freeze is set to expire at the end of this month, and that doesn't leave people a lot of time to figure out their next move. LEX 18's Evan Leake is live on UK's campus this morning. He joins us with this update.
Chris, Evelyn, good morning. As students are set to be on campus again for the start of classes today, many of them probably have questions when it comes to student loans. For the most part, over the past couple of years since the COVID pandemic has been going on, most student loans have been put on a pause through a moratorium put in place. President Biden extending that moratorium 4 different times, most recently in April of this year. But that extension set to end in just 10 days, which leaves a lot of people questioning what comes next if an extension does not happen again. One other option people are looking toward, if it's not an extension of the moratorium, is some debt forgiveness. President Biden canceling more than $32 billion in student debt since he's been in office. We actually have spoken to some students from the University of Cincinnati who we're about to hear from here, that many of them wanting an extension here, of course, to keep things frozen for now as people struggle to budget and hold on to as much money as they can, make as much money as they can to handle their costs without student loans coming into play.
A lot of my peers and myself have worked way more hours than we normally would have during the summer just to save up for our normal expenses, let alone the extra expenses.
It is important to note of the money that of the debt that President Biden has canceled to this point, most of it going toward people with disabilities or students who have dealt with financial misinformation from the schools that they've attended. Again, classes at UK starting in just a couple of hours, but just 10 days until this moratorium ends, leaving many students nationwide in a waiting game and a guessing game of what comes next for them.
Yeah, Evan, so many people wondering, when could we hear what's happening next with student loans?
So, Evie, there's not a concrete date or time, but we are hearing from some education leaders about the possibility of hearing some moves here. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona spoke on Meet the Press recently and said that this is a daily conversation, talking about student loan debt, talking about the extension of the moratorium, and that we should hear some answers coming up in the next week. But again, just waiting for answers idly by right now.